keep going as long as I can find the paperwork. Let's do the Spanish first. Okay. Okay. So I have the Spanish first. Is that who you have back there? Yes. Okay. I'm starting with Clemente Ventura Morales. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Me pudiera dar su nombre?
Clemente Ventura.
Clemente Ventura.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested on a charge of aggravated battery, domestic violence.
Señor, usted fue arrestado en un cargo de agresión agravada a violencia doméstica.
Okay.
Ajá.
I've reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause for this charge.
Lo he revisado, determino que hay motivo fundado para el cargo.
Okay. Do we have the victim here at all?
La víctima está presente.
No, this is out of county warrant, I think. Am I
Is
wrong?
it? No, I don't think so.
Okay. I apologize. Just going by my notes there.
I think there is an article warrant, but I think he also.
All right.
Picked up out of county. Okay, thank
Sir, are you seeking the public defender to represent you?
Señor, usted está pidiendo que lo represente el defensor público.
Perdón.
Excuse me.
Do you want to have an attorney appointed to represent you, sir?
¿Usted desea que le asignen un abogado para que lo representen, caballero?
Sí, gracias.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, and I am going to stay the no bond status.
Voy a asignarle un abogado defensor público para que lo represente y voy a dejar tal como está el estatus sin fianza.
I'm also ordering that you have no contact with the named victim and possess no weapons.
Voy a ordenar que no se le permite contacto con la víctima indicada y no puede portar armas.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gracias, caballero.
Tenía una pregunta.
I have a question.
No sé si podría otorgarme una fianza.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The interpreter's having difficulty hearing the defendant. I could request that he speak up. Señor, por favor, alce la voz, hable bien fuerte que no se le escucha, por favor.
Si usted me podría otorgar una fianza.
I was wondering if you could give me a bond.
Not today, sir,
No en el día de hoy, caballero.
but I gave you an attorney, and they can ask the next judge for a bond.
Pero ya yo le asigné un abogado y ese abogado le puede pedir al próximo juez que le otorgue fianza.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Judge, he also has an open case, which is 2018 CT 001433AA, and this leaves the scene without giving info. And it wasn't addressed to the court. You didn't have the paperwork. We just found out this morning, and I was reading to see if you're going to take any action on it.
Su señoría, él también tiene otro caso pendiente, 18CT001433AA. Es fugarse de la escena de un accidente sin proporcionar información. Su señoría no enfocó ese tema esta mañana. Acabamos de recibir la documentación esta mañana. Quería saber si usted iba a tocar ese caso.
No.
No,
You taking no action?
No action.
no vamos a tomar acción en ese caso esta mañana.
And then, just to clarify on my end, you had 2 or 3 cases that you just discussed with him?
Yeah, I have 2. I have 18 CT,
Oh.
1432 AA, 1433 AA. Only had 2 that you sent me.
Oh, okay.
His previous ones, like the out-of-county warrant.
Oh, yeah, he got aggravated assault. That was the new charge. He got FTA.
Right.
Okay. On the new charge, he's no bond. On his previous failure to appear, that judge had set a bond of $2,000. I'm not going to touch that. The out-of-county warrant, I'm going to take no action. I mean, what do I do?
He has a bond of $513 on the out-of-county bond.
Well, if he's able to at some point get a bond on this new case, then he can deal with those cases, but I'm not.
Si puedo tener fianza en los otros cargos que tiene pendiente, entonces podemos enfocar el cargo fuera del condado.
Bond on the out of county for $513.
Well, the FTA is still outstanding, right? Well, he has a bond now. No bond on everything then. 'Cause- No, you know what, don't. Do what I said, because
Okay, so the,
if he gets a bond on this one,
okay, so
that's
I
fine.
need to, so on the out of county, I don't understand. 'Cause I have to- he gotta
stay
raise
the
it on-
original bond,
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
and stay the original bond,
on there, okay.
and no bond, which is stay in the original bond. Okay.
No action, okay.
Okay, all right, thank you. Otherwise, he's going to have 3 hearings. Dionisio Ruiz Perez.
Sí.
Entonces, Dionisio Ruiz Pérez.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right, sir, you've been arrested on a charge of battery, domestic violence.
Señor, usted ha sido arrestado en un cargo de agresión, violencia doméstica.
Are you seeking to have the public defender appointed? It looks like you are.
¿Usted desea que se le asigne el defensor público? Así parece.
Okay, it looks like you qualify. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you.
Parece que usted cumple requisitos. Le voy a asignar al defensor público para que lo represente.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And so we have no victim input on any of these?
No tenemos información de la víctima en estos casos.
Give me a moment, Your Honor.
Permíteme un momento, su señoría.
For the moment, we're going to leave your bond set at none,
Por este momento vamos a dejar programado el caso sin fianza,
but I have appointed the public defender to represent you.
pero le ha asignado el defensor público para que lo represente.
Your Honor, can we just ask for the record how the presumption of non-monetary release has been overcome?
Para las actas podemos pedir una libertad sin acción monetaria.
Kate, do you have any
Kalia?
input?
Given what we have right now, I'd ask the court to leave him on no bond.
I'm sorry, counsel, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Given what we have right now, I'd ask the court to leave him on no bond.
Basado en lo que tenemos ahora, he pedido que se quede sin fianza.
No puedo tener fianza.
So I can't have a bond.
Okay.
¿Puedo hablar?
May I speak?
Yes.
Sí.
Bueno, me están acusando de esta violencia doméstica, pero yo no cometí eso.
Well, I'm being accused of domestic violence, but I didn't commit it.
Okay.
Ellos le inventaron en la declaración al policía y ella se hizo daños en el cuello para acusarme que yo se lo hice.
That's all made up. The statement that they made to the police is not true, and she harmed herself. She made marks on her neck and accused me of causing those injuries.
Y le hizo a los niños que mintieran, que le dijeran al policía para que dijeran que yo la había agarrado a ella.
And she told the kids to lie for her and to tell the police that I had grabbed her.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to give you a bond of $10,000.
Señor, le voy a dar una fianza, $10,000.
No contact with the victim, no return to the scene, possess no weapons,
No se le permitirá tener contacto con la presunta víctima, no puede regresar al lugar de los acontecimientos y no puede portar armas.
I've appointed the public defender.
Y ya le asigné el defensor público.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Manfred Cruz Peña. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Me puede dar su nombre?
Manfred Cruz Peña.
Manfred Cruz Peña.
Okay. Sir, you've been arrested for a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked as a habitual traffic offender.
Señor, usted ha sido arrestado por conducir con licencia suspendida o revocada como defensor habitual.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, are you seeking the public defender or are you going to hire your own attorney?
Señor, ¿usted está pidiendo que se le asigne el defensor público o usted va a contratar su propio abogado?
Si lo contrato, tendría que ser afuera.
If I hire it, it has to be outside.
I don't think he understands.
Yo no creo que él está entendiendo.
Okay. Sir, can you afford to hire your own private attorney or are you seeking the public defender be appointed?
Señor, usted puede costear su propio abogado particular. Usted está pidiendo los servicios del defensor público.
Un defensor público.
Public defender.
All right. I'm going to appoint the public defender. I'm going to set bond at $2,500.
Voy a asignar las oficinas al defensor público. Voy a programar la fianza en $2,500.
Okay.
Your Honor, we would just like to point out that the complaint in this case doesn't actually give any probable cause as to what the traffic infraction was for the stop.
Su señoría, quisiéramos indicar que la querella en este caso no indica motivo fundado por haber detenido cuál es la infracción de tránsito.
I agree, Your Honor, but that's a issue for a motion to suppress, not PC.
Sí, su señoría, estoy de acuerdo, por eso es un asunto, no es para motivo fundado, sino una moción para excluir pruebas.
Okay. I'm finding probable cause.
Yo determino qué motivo fundado,
Okay. All right. Nothing further.
más nada.
Somebody there?
You have any condition, Judge?
Condiciones, su señoría.
Not to drive, but that would be a, it seems that he keeps doing that anyway. That would be a new crime. So don't commit any new crimes.
No continuar conduciendo, pero obviamente lo sigue haciendo, así es que le estoy ordenando que no vuelva a violar la ley, a cometer ningún delito.
Anytime you get behind the wheel, you're committing a crime.
Todas las ocasiones que usted se ponga detrás del volante está cometiendo un nuevo delito.
All right. Okay. Can we bring the next inmate in? Thank you. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero, ¿me pudiera dar su nombre?
Marco Antonio Espinal Valle.
Marco Antonio Espinal Valle. Yes.
All right. Mr. Espinal Valle, you have been charged with, or been arrested for aggravated battery.
Señor Espinal Valle, usted ha sido arrestado en el cargo de agresión agravada.
Let me review this.
No me opongo.
No contest.
Sir, aggravated battery is a second-degree felony.
Señor, agresión agravada es un delito mayor de segundo grado.
So you may want to slow down on entering a plea to that charge.
Así es que me parece que usted debe detenerse en declararse a ese cargo.
Okay.
So,
¿Ok?
1 minute, sir.
Momentos, caballero. ¿Ok?
Okay. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause for an aggravated battery. I'm setting the bond in the amount of $3,500.
He revisado esto, determino qué motivo fundado para una agresión agravada. Voy a programar la fianza en $3,500.
I'm ordering that you have no contact with the victim, possess no weapons. Is there-
I'm sorry, Your Honor, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Le ordeno que no puede tener contacto con la presunta víctima, no se le permitirá portar armas.
Is there a reason for you to return to this address?
¿Hay alguna razón para que usted regrese a esa dirección?
No.
No.
Okay. And no return to the scene.
No puede regresar al lugar de los acontecimientos.
Are you seeking the public defender or are you going to hire your own attorney?
¿Usted está pidiendo los servicios del defensor público o usted va a contratar su propio abogado?
Voy a contratar abogado.
I'm going to hire one.
Okay. All right. That's all we have, sir.
Eso es todo lo que tenemos, caballero. Thank you.
Okay.
We don't have Penny. Okay.
Are they in that? The next person I have is Jose Ivan, Tapia Pena. There you go, but I don't have one of these. Okay, bonded. Who do we have next then? What's your name, sir?
¿Cuál es su nombre, caballero?
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama usted, señor?
Jacinto Raimundo Brito.
Jacinto Raimundo Brito.
Okay. Mr. Raimundo Brito, you were arrested for charges of resisting an officer without violence, as well as possession of alcohol on a public street.
Señor Raimundo Brito, usted fue arrestado por resistir a un oficial del orden público sin violencia y poseer un envase de alcohol en las calles públicas.
You know, the
Is there an offer on this
yes,
case?
time
¿Fiscalía hay
served,
una oferta? Sí, tiempo cumplido.
adjudication, time served, court costs.
Adjudicación de culpa, costos procesales y tiempo cumplido.
Do you show any prior criminal history?
¿Un antecedente penal?
I've tried to, I don't,
Okay.
so you can withhold your honor.
No lo tiene, así es que sería lo que le dije, suspensión de determinación de culpa.
Sir, if you wanted to resolve this today,
Caballeros, si usted desea resolver esto en el día de hoy,
the state is offering, if you plead to both counts, a withhold of adjudication, court costs, nothing further.
si usted se declara a ambos cargos, la oferta sería una suspensión de determinación de culpa y pagar costos procesales y nada más.
Or you can, you don't have to enter a plea today, but you have been charged with resisting without violence and possession of alcohol. I would ROR you, release you on your own recognizance, but you would have to come back to court.
No tiene que declararse en el día de hoy. Sus cargos son resistir sin violencia a un oficial del orden público y poseer alcohol. De todos modos, yo le daría libertad bajo palabra en el día de hoy, pero tuviera que regresar para tramitar los cargos.
Okay. You should be aware if you are not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation.
Pero usted debe estar consciente que si usted no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, declararse un delito lo pudiera someter a usted a deportación.
So do you want to resolve this case today?
Entonces, ¿desea usted resolver el caso en el día de hoy?
Or we could see if you qualify for the public defender and come back another day.
O pudiéramos ver si usted cumple los requisitos para que se le asigne el defensor público y puede regresar en otro momento. Yes.
Yes, what? You want to
¿Y qué?
do you want to resolve it today or have an attorney appointed and see if maybe you have defenses? I don't know.
¿Sí quiere aceptar la orden, el trato en el día de hoy o quiere usted que se le asigne un abogado y a ver si usted tiene otras defensas al cargo? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The interpreter can't hear the defendant. I'm going to ask him to speak up. Señor, necesito que se acerque al micrófono y alce la voz porque no se le escucha, por favor.
¿Cómo dijo?
What did you say?
Okay. I'm not going to accept a plea today. I am going to ROR him.
No voy a aceptar una declaración el día de hoy. Le voy a dar libertad bajo palabra.
Okay. And, sir, would you like to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
Señor, ¿usted desea que se le asigne un abogado para que lo represente?
Yo creo que sí.
Clarification. Señor, alce la voz, por favor.
Yo creo que sí.
Yes.
Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent him.
Voy a asignar las oficinas del defensor público para que lo representen.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Gracias, caballero.
If only I were kidding. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Me puede dar su nombre?
Héctor Flores Román.
Héctor Flores Román.
Okay. Mr. Flores Ramon, you have out-of-county warrants?
Señor Flores Román, ¿usted tiene órdenes de arresto mediante otro condado?
For Lake County?
Para el condado de Lake.
All right. For failing to appear on a charge of possession of methadone, a possession of alprazolam, and resisting an officer without violence.
En cargos de falta de comparecencia en delitos de poseer metadón y alprazolam y resistir un oficial del orden público sin violencia.
Okay, I'm going to take that. Okay, sir, you're no bond on your out-of-county warrant, so I'm maintaining the no bond. You are out on bond on several other charges. I'm going to take no action, but when you get back to Lake County, they're probably going to take some action on those.
Señor, en el caso de orden de arresto fuera del condado, usted no tiene fianza y usted tiene fianza en otros casos. En varios otros casos yo no voy a tomar ninguna acción sobre esos casos, pero cuando usted regrese al condado de Lake es muy probable que ellos tomen acción en esos casos.
Okay. That's all, sir.
Eso es todo, caballero.
All right. All right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Mr.
Collado.
My apologies, Your Honor. If the interpreter could inquire, is this also an interpreter case? It's not on my list, so I just wanted to make sure.
No.
It's not. All right, I
Do
apologize.
we have any more interpreter cases?
May interpreter be excused this morning, Your
You
Honor?
may.
Thank you, Your
Go
Honor. Have a
have
good
fun.
morning.
Can he announce in the audience if
Wait.
anybody needs?
Sure, absolutely. Su atención, por favor, si hay alguien en el público que necesite los servicios del intérprete, por favor, alce la mano.
Excellent. Have a great day.
You too, Judge.
Okay. So you're Wilfredo Collado?
Um,
Okay, sir, you have several cases here. You have you were arrested on a charge of uttering forged notes and petty theft, as well as another petty theft with 2 priors, which makes it a felony. A previous judge has found probable cause and signed warrants on these. Grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, possession of cannabis, resisting an officer without violence, which, that one, let me see. Reviewed that, I find probable cause in that one. Let's see. Okay. I'm staying all of the bonds. You have a failure to appear on a possession of firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. Those are no bond. I'm staying those as well. Would you like the public defender, or are you going to hire your own attorney?
For now, I would like a public defender.
Okay. Then, since you're no bond, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you on all of these cases. And
Can I ask you a question? What do you mean by sustain? Sustain the bonds? What does that mean?
I'm staying the bond. The bonds that were set on the paperwork when they,
Oh, that they asked for?
so uttering a forged note is $1,000, petty theft $250. It's all on your paperwork.
Okay.
But ultimately, you have the failure to appear that has no bond, which means it doesn't matter if you bond out on the others. You're not going anywhere, okay?
Is that on the FCA? He have a David B-A-R-E-T. David B-A-R-E-T.
Okay, you already have an attorney on the one you failed to appear on, so,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Okay, is this Yvette Mills?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Mills, you were arrested on a charge of possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis with intent to deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Let's see. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Let's see. I do find probable cause for all 3 of these charges. And setting bond of $1,000 on the possession of cocaine, $1,000 on the possession of cannabis with intent to deliver, $500 on the possession of drug paraphernalia, for a total of $2,500. And that's all. Well, wait a minute. Is there a city charge?
There's another
too?
case too.
There's a city charge. Let's see that one. Apparently, there's an open container case. I'll set bond on that of,
We don't object to ROR, Your Honor.
okay, well, I'm going to ROR you. My only concern is they ROR her on that and she sits on the others, doesn't get any credit. So
I'm with
I'm
you.
going to set bond at $5 on that one. That way you'll get credit for time served, or if you can bond out, it will only cost you $5, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Excuse me? So he's not here? Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him. And, let's see. I find probable cause for the charge of trespass after warning. And I'll stay the bond at 500.
Is this,
Excuse me?
you're still on De Leon, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is this Joseph Van Pelt here? He's not here? Okay. I'm appointing the public defender to represent him. Okay. And let's see. Saying, well, reducing the bond to $250. I find probable cause. Sir, are you Joseph King?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. King, you were arrested on a violation of probation. Let's see. Where Judge Karsten set you at no bond. And he already found probable cause in this matter. Is that the only charge? Is a new law offense? No. Okay. He has a warrant, an arrest warrant for fleeing and eluding with lights and sirens, no valid driver's license. Where Judge Karsten already found probable cause. I'm setting the bond on the fleeing and eluding charge at $250 and staying the bond of the no valid driver's license also at $250 for a total of $500 on that case. Okay. And did I appoint the public defender? Okay, you qualify for the public defender. I'm appointing them to represent you, sir.
Thank
you. Okay. Do I have another stack? What are these? Who do we have? Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is D. Jerry Kadeska.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering if I had the right stack over here. Okay. Sir, you filled out a financial affidavit. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Let's see. And it appears, let's see, that you were on probation for DUI. And Judge Dubois set a bond of $1,500 on the violation of probation. And then you also have a new charge. Do we have that? Oh, you're already out on, okay. You're out on bond for false imprisonment and battery. And now you have a violation of probation for DUI. I'm confused. I see.
I'm assuming that the new,
But that's what's violating him.
right,
Yeah. I'm going to take no action. If he's out on bond, he's out on bond. But now you have a VOP, and you have a $1,500 bond on that. Okay? So you're still on probation, so when you bond out, you may want to contact him and let him know that you're out. Okay?
Is it the same?
And I appointed the public defender, right?
Can I ask you a question, Miss, Your Honor?
You can. I don't know if I'll be able to answer it, but I'll try.
You say I'm still on probation, so contact the same probation officer?
You're on probation for the DUI.
Yes, I am.
Okay?
Yes.
You're violated because you got the new offense.
Yes.
You're out on bond for that new offense.
Okay.
You have a $1,500 bond on your violation of probation.
Right.
If you bond out, you need to continue with your probation. It hasn't terminated, correct?
Okay.
Okay? It's
Yes.
still ongoing.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, report to probation within 72 hours of your release from jail, okay? Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Juan Antonio Cantrell.
Okay. Did you say Juan Antonio Cantrell?
Yes.
Okay. I can barely hear you, sir. All right. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of charges here. So, you were arrested for, okay. There's an arrest warrant where Judge Beamer found probable cause for attempted burglary of an occupied structure, criminal mischief, aggravated stalking. As well as domestic violence stalking and domestic violence assault, as well as attempted burglary of an occupied structure and burglary of a dwelling, aggravated assault, criminal mischief, stalking. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on all of these cases. In case number. On the Berg dwelling, aggravated assault, criminal mischief, stalking case, where's the case number? Oh, okay, 2021 CF 2673. I'm staying the bond on that case for a total of 22,500. That was set by Judge Epperson. No contact with Keanu McCall, must not possess weapons or firearms, must not be within 5,000 feet of 717 Citrus Street. Those are the conditions on that case. On the attempted burglary of an occupied structure, 2021 CF 2029 AO. I'm staying the bond at 2,500 with no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, as set by Judge Beamer. On 2021 MM 1201, misdemeanor stalking and misdemeanor assault. I'm modifying the bond, setting a bond of $500 on the stalking charge, $500 on the assault charge for a total of $1,000. No contact with the victim. On 2021 CF 2193, attempted burglary, criminal mischief, aggravated stalking. I'm staying the attempted burglary at 5,000, setting criminal mischief at 1,000, and setting a bond on the aggravated stalking of 1,000. Again, no contact with the victim, no return to the scenes, possess no weapons or firearms. I've appointed the public defender, and that concludes your initial appearance. So. Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Are you Erica Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Johnson. Okay. Judge Jankowicz found probable cause for tampering, a charge of tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, as well as misdemeanor battery, domestic violence. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I'm staying the bond on the tampering charge to 150, and I'm setting a bond of 1,500 on the domestic violence battery charge. Conditions: no contact with the victim, no return to the victim's home, possess no weapons or firearms. That's all. Okay, thank you. I did appoint the public defender. Is this person for this person? Okay, I just want to make sure that was. Okay, good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Ricardo Ramos.
Okay, Mr. Ramos. You were arrested on a charge of aggravated assault with a weapon, domestic violence. I reviewed this. I do see probable cause on this charge.
Yes, it didn't qualify for PTR.
He qualifies for PTR? Okay, I'd like to hear from whoever this is in the box here, if we could swear her.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony shall give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record.
Melissa Rodriguez.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, you're here today. What is it you'd like to tell me?
I honestly want the charges to be dropped against Ricardo. He is the father of my daughter, of our child, and I honestly don't want to see him in here.
Okay. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions?
Yes. How long have you had a relationship with Mr. Ramos?
Mr. Ramos and I were together for about 8 years, but we've been separated for 9 years now.
Okay. So you're separated, but you still have a child that you share custody?
We co-parent very well.
Okay. Does he reside with you?
No, we do not live together.
Okay, so you can maintain separate residence?
Yes, sir.
Is there a third party that can deal
Yes,
with the
there is.
custody between the two of you?
Yes.
Do you wish to have contact with him or no contact with him?
I wish to have contact with him.
So, are you in any fear that he'll cause you harm if you have
No.
contact with him? I would at least ask the judge to have no hostile contact, meaning another incident. Do you have a
Okay.
problem with that?
No, I'm okay.
And I also would prefer that if you do have a third party that can arrange the visitation, that
Yes.
that be done. Do you have a problem
Yes,
with
sir.
that?
No, I'm okay with that.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I am going to release you on PTR with the conditions of that you have no hostile contact with Ms. Rodriguez, that you all facilitate child visitation through a third party, that you not return to the home, that you possess no weapons or firearms, okay? Hopefully you guys can put this behind you and get back on track, okay?
Thank you.
All right. No hostile. To facilitate their visitation through a third party. So basically, they're not having contact when they're, well, they are having contact, but not when they're handing off their children, okay? Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Morning, ma'am. My name is Karen Empanado.
Empanado? Okay. All right, ma'am, you were arrested on a charge of battery, dating violence. Okay, I read this earlier. I read through this earlier, and I do find that there is probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. And I believe we have someone here to,
Raise your right hand. I swear affirm the testimony shall give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record.
Angie Sanchez.
okay. Ma'am, what is it that you'd like to say?
I want to drop all the charges on her.
Anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Okay, Mr. Smith?
I see that Ms. Empanado has a prior violation of injunction. Were you the one that got the injunction against her?
Who? I didn't put no injunction.
Have you ever obtained an injunction against Ms. Empanado?
No.
Okay, you've never obtained an injunction.
Mm-mm.
All right. If she's to be released, do you want her to be residing with you or?
Yeah, she lives with me.
Let me finish the question. Okay. So you guys will be residing together?
Okay, thank you.
Has there ever been a previous incident of violence between the two of you?
No.
The police have never been called with respect to
A
any
couple years
incident?
ago.
Okay, so there was a previous incident?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was last year.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened with that case?
They dropped all the charges.
And was that at your request again?
Yeah.
Does she have another residence she can reside in?
No, she just lives with me.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor. I do have some requests regarding conditions then.
Okay. Do you have any, I've appointed the public defender. Do you have any questions? Not you, ma'am. You don't have to ask any. I'm just giving you the opportunity.
And it was just the one previous case, right, that you mentioned?
It's the one previous case, but
I have no questions, Your Honor.
I do want to be heard on conditions, though, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
The defendant has 4 prior felony convictions, 8 prior misdemeanor convictions, 3
I can
prior.
barely hear you.
4 prior felony convictions, 8 prior misdemeanor convictions, 3 failures to appear. Has previously, I guess, with another individual, since not this victim, violated an injunction for protection against, and also violated her probation on that case. It's a bondable offense, but I'm asking for a high bond and no contact, no return.
Okay. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,500. I'm going to order for the time being, no contact. Okay, maintain a separate residence. Okay. Possess no weapons. Give this a cooling off period. Can maybe readdress that later on, but for the time being, no contact at all. Okay? And I've appointed the public defender to represent you. Good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Ricky Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Freeman.
Ricky Freeman. Ricky Freeman.
Freeman.
Freeman, yes.
Okay, that's what I said. All right, Mr. Freeman. You were arrested for a charge of battery, dating violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter.
He does qualify for PTR.
He qualifies for PTR? Okay. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and grant PTR with the conditions that, is there a reason for you to have contact with Miss Hugel?
Only to get my belongings. I have my own place.
Okay. All right, I'm going to order no contact, with her, Melissa Hugel, that you possess no weapons. You can return to that. Did this occur where your stuff is that you want to go get?
We've been together for 5 years, but I have my own place, and
Okay.
I stay there all the time. But I have my own place as well.
All right. So you can return there once with the police. She can't be there, and you go pick up your stuff, okay? You can do that once, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And apparently you do not qualify for the public defender, so you're going to hire your own attorney?
I guess.
Okay. Maintain a separate residence, no contact with her, possess no weapons, and it's PTO. Okay? All right. And he can return once to collect possession. Okay. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name, or afternoon?
Afternoon. It's Isabella Giannini.
Okay, Ms. Giannini, you are here on a charge of battery domestic violence.
Yes, ma'am.
I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause for the charge. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. She qualify for PTR? I'm granting PTR. Ordering no hostile contact between you and the named victim. That you possess no weapons. Okay. And I appointed the public defender. Okay, so it's PTR. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Ebony Gilreath.
Is it Ebony Gilreath?
Gilreath, yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you're here on a charge of battery. Let's see. Okay. You do qualify for PTR. I have reviewed this. I do see probable cause, so I'm going to order PTR, order no hostile contact with the named victim, that you possess no weapons. And are you requesting the public defender? Looks like you are.
Yes.
I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Roberto Nieves.
Mr. Nieves, you're here on a charge of battery domestic violence against Alexa Torres. Is this Ms. Torres? Okay.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony shall give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record.
I would like to drop the charges against Roberto Nieves. He's my cousin. I don't want to see him in jail. We had an argument yesterday, and it got out of hand, but I don't wish to see him behind bars. I'm sorry, this is hard for me.
Okay. Could you tell us your name?
My name is Alexa Torres.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Smith?
Ms. Torres, has there ever been a previous incident between you that was physical?
No.
Do you fear that if he's released and has contact with you, that there'll be any physical danger?
No, sir.
So you're very upset about this. And I'm just asking you a few questions to make sure you're going to be safe, okay?
Yeah.
You want there to be a condition of no hostile contact with the judge? I mean, with Mr. Nieves, what that means is if you guys get into it again, that would be a violation of his bond condition.
No, I would like to drop all that.
I understand you're doing that. That decision may be made. There's going to be a victim advocate from our office who's going to contact you, and you can tell her your position.
Okay.
But for now, in order to get him released today, would you have a problem with a no hostile contact provision, which means if for some reason tempers flare?
I don't believe that it will happen again what happened yesterday. But sometime apart for everybody to heal would be best.
So you'd like a cooling off period then?
Yeah.
How long would you like?
Maybe like a couple of weeks.
All right. So that's all the questions I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to request that you make it no contact for now, but he can file a bond motion. She can come in if she wants him to back in the house.
No contact altogether.
No, but he can obviously seek to modify that.
Okay. Okay, and does he qualify for the public defender? Did he fill that out? Okay, I'm going to order PTR, condition of the PTR. For the time being, no contact. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay, if there comes a time when things settle down, you want to have contact, you can do a motion to amend conditions. That's all. Okay.
Thank you,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
No other conditions. No. Nobody's shooting anybody here. So. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Jamie Piscatch.
Jamie Piscatch. Okay. You're here on a charge of domestic violence battery. Okay. I'm sorry, what?
He does qualify for PTR.
Okay. You don't live here locally, correct?
I do not.
Okay.
And if you grant PTR, you're asking if you would grant permission to return back to Ohio.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, I've read through this. I do find probable cause. And I'm going to grant PTR and grant permission to return back to Ohio or wherever you live, okay? And do you want to see if you qualify for the, actually, you don't qualify for the public defender. Okay. And I'm just ordering no hostile contact with the named victim in the case. That's all, okay?
Thank you.
The PD was appointed.
I did not appoint the public defender because they don't qualify. Okay? No hostile contact. The only condition. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Nicholas Rose.
Okay, Mr. Rose. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. He qualifies PTR as well? He does not? Okay. Hold on. An open or an older?
Open case.
Oh.
Middleburg, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm showing a DUI and a DV conviction, but I don't see the open case, but take the clerk's.
All right. Sir, I find probable cause. I'm going to set bond in your case at $1,000. Special conditions of your bond are no hostile contact with Jamie Piscatch, possess no weapons. Okay. Anything else, State?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he can return, well, he's on bond, so he's on PTR, so never mind.
I can't hear you. Sir, are you seeking the public defender?
I have a lawyer that I'm going to call.
You've hired an attorney?
I have one back at home that I can call. But I never got any.
Okay, do you want to see if you qualify for a public defender here, or are you going to hire a private attorney here?
I'm going to hire. Do I have to hire one in Florida? I don't, because
You need to have somebody who is qualified, who can, is licensed to practice in Florida. And
Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah. Do you want to see if you qualify for the public defender?
Yeah, we can do that. I wasn't sure how that worked. I just.
Can we get him a financial affidavit? Actually, I'm going to appoint the public defender. If you hire your own attorney, then they can switch out, okay? All right, thank you. This is not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Augustine Hernandez Sooner.
Okay, Mr. Sooner, you are here on a charge of battery domestic violence.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. You qualify for diversion. I'm ordering that you have no hostile contact with the named victim. I do find probable cause in this matter. Are you seeking the public defender?
Probably.
Did he fill out a financial affidavit? Okay, well, sometimes you like reach. Sometimes you give me stuff. Okay. All right. Well, sir, at this time I'm granting the PTR. When you go to arraignment, you can request the public defender at that time. Okay. All right. No hostile contact. Possess no weapons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The other guy's from Ohio. Yeah. No hostile. No weapons. All right. Amazing. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Boston.
Okay. Did Daniel Altoricio bond out? Okay. Then I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him. I do find probable cause. He had failed to appear previously. On his battery on a licensed security officer, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000, and the petty theft prior conviction set bond in the amount of $500, and I've appointed the public defender to represent him. It wasn't ROR, it was no bond. Oh, then leave it. Well, he's not getting any credit. No, I'm not raising it to 500. I'm setting it at 10. Yes, because as long as he's here, he may as well get credit on his case. Correct. Okay, I know. Bonds people get mad at me, but I don't care. All right. So you're Mr. Boston.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, could you tell, the court reporter is really wanting you all to announce your names for the record, so, but appearances.
Christopher Smith for the state of Florida.
Jordan Roberts for the Public Defender's Office.
Now they'll quit asking her, and then she'll quit asking me, so it's done. We've stopped a whole process here. Okay, and we're going to announce, you're going to announce your name, right?
Jeffrey Walt Boston.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, you've got a bunch of stuff here.
Oh,
You've got a bunch of yellow, which means what? Are these out-of-county warrants, or no?
no.
He has 4 cases with our office, Your Honor.
So you guys are already appointed on?
As to...
Okay.
I believe...
All right. Which are the new cases?
The new
This
ones
one,
are
the possession of
21.
cocaine? All right, you have some new cases and some old cases, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you probably already know all this stuff I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because that's
Okay.
what we do. All right, on the new case, you have possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. So that's a third-degree felony and 2 first-degree misdemeanors. Okay, I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. And I'm setting the bond on the cocaine at 1,000, cannabis 150, paraphernalia 100 for a total of 1,250. You already have the public defender on other cases, so I'm going to appoint them to represent you on this case as well. And then we have a traffic, no valid driver's license. Okay. Okay, you have a no valid driver's license where they're saying on Friday, March 5th at 3 a.m. that you drove on the roads of Florida and you do not have a valid driver's license. And that was happening while you were getting arrested for your cocaine charge. So, all right. And no, I'm going to reduce the bond to 200 on that. Okay. Yes. Because his total is going to be up there. So. I'm appointing the public defender on that case as well. Okay, let's see, what do we have here?
He's out on 3.
You're out on bond on a DUI right now? Oh. And another cocaine.
2 other cocaines.
And another cocaine.
I'm sorry, meth.
And everything you're out on bond for, I'm going to revoke your bond. Mainly because you're out on bond on a DUI and you got another driving offense, so revoking your bond, no bond. So appointing the public defender on everything. You can sit for a while. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Milton Boyd.
Okay, Mr. Boyd, you're here on a charge of possession of cocaine. It's a third-degree felony. Okay, let me repeat this. So just cocaine, or is there MDMA too? So. Okay. Does he qualify for PTR or anything?
He was asked about that.
He does not qualify?
He's got a substantial history, but we're not asking for anything out of what's already said, Your Honor.
I can't hear you.
I said, I apologize, Your Honor, the mask. You know, he has a substantial history, but we're not asking for anything other than what's already said.
How are you feeling, sir? Not good? Just need to go to detox?
I got a bad rod screws in my right leg and
okay.
hard to walk.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause in this case. And I'm reducing your bond to $500. Okay. That concludes that. All right. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Howard Federley.
Okay, Mr. Federley, you were arrested on charge of aggravated assault with a firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
He qualifies for PTR. I set his bond at 2,500. Somebody set his bond at no bond, and now you're telling me he qualifies for PTR. So we have a lot of disagreements here. Okay. Sir, are you seeking the public defender?
No, I got a private attorney.
You have an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. You have no prior history at all?
Not at all. I'm a very good stand-up guy. I own a low voltage company.
Okay.
Fire alarm, stuff like that.
Sir, I found probable cause. I'm leaving your bond at 2,500. Conditions of the bond are possess no weapons, okay?
Okay.
No.
It includes firearms, Mr. Federley.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. And,
I just want to make sure you understood that meant for no firearms.
No firearms.
no, that is correct. I got you. I got you. No problem. Yeah, and pretty much if the case is.
Okay. This is for conditions of your bond, okay? When the case resolves, there might be other things, but this is a condition of before you resolve this case, in the meantime, don't have any weapons.
You got it. Thank you.
Including firearms, okay?
You got it.
Is there a reason for you to have contact with the named victim in this case? Is it a neighbor?
Yes.
Okay. Say no hostile contact?
No.
Okay.
I'd ask to be no contact, Your Honor.
Well, no intentional contact. They're neighbors. They're going to see each other.
I understand. Just
okay.
I you know what? Honestly, I really think that this went overboard. And he's a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I think that we just got mixed up a little bit here.
Okay. I'm just saying.
That's the nitty gritty.
So I'm ordering no hostile contact. Don't have any intentional contact with them.
Okay.
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 All right.
No problem.
And no hostile contact. I know.
So if
$2,500 bond, and he's hiring his own attorney. Okay.
If I were to, you know, he waved at me and says, you know, talk to me or something. Is that possible to say, hey, how you doing? You know, and just.
Is that hostile?
No.
Okay. No hostile
Thank you.
contact. If he waves hi, you can wave hi.
I got you.
But what I'm asking is that you not, you know.
I got you.
You know.
Got you. Thank you.
Just make it clear that the judge said.
You got it.
Y'all need to cool off and stay away from each other.
You got it. My wife is my boss, and she's
Okay. All right. That's it.
So.
Excuse me. 2,500. No hostile contact. No weapons. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Victor Lee Fuller.
Okay, Mr. Fuller. It looks like you have the public defender on some open cases right now, so I'm appointing them to represent you on this case as well.
Okay.
Okay. And you got arrested on a charge of burglary of a conveyance, burglary of a structure.
That car wasn't locked. It wasn't locked.
Your Honor, just for the record, he was adjudicated incompetent to proceed by Judge Gibson in October of 2020 and Judge Young in December of 2020.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. He's got a number of open cases, felony and misdemeanor, and in some there have been competency adjudications, and some it appears their status pending. The problem, my concern is, the charges are fairly consistent. Breaking into cars. So.
There was a court-ordered eval. I'm not sure which judge it was, but I know in our case, we have him set for a status hearing at the end of March. So we're hoping to get that eval done before then. But as of right now, he was adjudged incompetent with no orders since finding him competent.
So, any suggestions?
Well, I mean, I have not reviewed all the status of those files. My problem is, I get the fact that he may have been adjudicated competent, but he continues to commit felonies in the community and obviously doesn't have a treatment plan, and he's not abiding by it. So I'm not sure why he is out of custody or not in a hospital program. But so they'll have to file the certification under the rule for competency on this case too.
Your Honor, under Florida statute section 916.17, when a defendant has been found incompetent to proceed and then is released upon conditions and then commits a new offense, the judge can either modify the conditions of release or involuntarily commit to DCF.
Okay.
So at this time, we'd be asking
Well, I can't involuntarily commit him to DCF on my misdemeanors. He does have open felonies. He's charged with felonies right now. As to this case, we don't have, I understand that he's probably going to be found incompetent to proceed. He may qualify for a commitment. I don't know at this point in time. For the time being, for the protection of the public, as well as to give him time to be evaluated, I do find probable cause. That's despite anything else. And I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 on each of these cases, each of these charges, so burglary of a conveyance and burglary of a structure. And order that he not return to 5600 Lee Vista Boulevard, courtesy Chevrolet, where this alleged burglary occurred. And I'm appointing the public defender to represent him on this. Let's see. And I'm not touching his bonds on his other cases. I'm not revoking them. But just because you've been found incompetent doesn't give you carte blanche to just go do everything and not be held accountable in any way. So, for the time being.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Earl Jernigan. I have it again. Oh, it is Henry. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. Could you tell me your name, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
Could you tell me your name?
Monique Henry.
Okay, Ms. Henry. You were arrested for hit and run, failure to stop and render aid. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. And does she qualify for PTR or anything? No. Okay. I'm leaving bond at $2,500. That's all.
Find PC, Your Honor. Did you find probable cause, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you find probable cause, Your Honor? I didn't hear you.
$2,500.
I said,
Did I find PC? Yes, I found PC.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, I just wanted to ask for my, can it be lowered? I've never been in trouble. I have a good driving history.
Okay, I'll set it at 1,500, but I'm not going any lower than that, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Jernigan. Can you tell me your name for the record, sir?
Richard Jernigan.
Okay, Mr. Jernigan, you were arrested on a charge of sale and delivery of fentanyl. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You want to be heard on bond? Let's see.
You asking me, Your Honor? I apologize.
Well, let's start with you.
I don't object to it being reduced. I would just note he does have quite a significant history, about 18 felony convictions approximately. But I think it's pretty excessive is what it's set right now, so leave it to the court's discretion as to what you want to set it at.
Okay. So I'm reducing your bond to $5,000 from 15. Okay. And I've appointed the public defender if I'm probable cause. That's all.
Crystal Corn.
Crystal Corn. She's what?
She refused.
She refused?
Yes.
All right. I'm appointing the public defender to represent her. So meth, paraphernalia, trespass, and cannabis. Let's see. Okay. Finding probable cause, leaving bond set for possession of meth, 1,000, paraphernalia, 500, trespass of an occupied conveyance, 1,000, cannabis, 250. Oh, that's Mr. Colado's co-defendant. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Good afternoon, Judge. My name is Dr. Khanle, but you can call me Lewis.
Okay, Lewis. You were arrested on a warrant. Judge Epperson found probable cause on a charge of threatening to throw, project, place, or discharge a destructive device, basically a bomb threat. I'm going to stay the $5,000 bond that Judge Epperson recommended and order that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or enter the lobby of any bank or lending institution. You can go through the drive-through, but you can't go to the lobby. Do you understand? All right. Are you seeking the public defender to represent you? Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeking the public defender.
Okay. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Your bond stayed at $5,000. That's all.
Rodrigo Mardones bonded.
He bonded? Okay. We just throw that out. Right? All right. All right. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Charles Malik.
Charles Milik?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested on a charge of possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. Are you seeking the public defender?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay. I find probable cause for the charges. Does he qualify for anything? Nothing. All right, I'm staying the bond amounts at $1,000 on the heroin charge. Actually, and I'm reducing the paraphernalia charge to $250 for a total of $1,250. And that's all. Okay.
Danielle Mosby is restricted movement. She's medical, Your Honor.
Okay, I was told in these cases to appoint the public defender, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And I reviewed this one. Find probable cause. And are we hearing more than one case? Or just the grand theft?
I only have the grand theft paperwork.
I only have the grand theft case as well.
It's an add-on case, Your Honor.
Okay. Set the bond on this case at $500. We're only talking about this case. All right. Okay. Jeremiah, no? No? Yes, no. Could you tell me your name?
Noe, Jeremiah.
No, we. Okay, all right. Is this also an add-on case or?
Again.
Excuse me?
I seen you yesterday. I don't know why I'm seeing you again.
Well, you didn't, did you see me downtown? No, you didn't see me. I didn't have any court yesterday. You saw somebody else. This must be an add-on case, and you probably saw Judge Gibson, who's also blonde, but a lot younger, so thank you. Okay, I think this is an add-on case. This is a possession of cannabis case. No, it's not a possession of cannabis case?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me look here.
I sold my truck.
While searching the bed of the vehicle, let's see, I located 3 trash bags of a green leafy substance based on smell. 14.5 pounds.
I sold my truck.
So is this a over, I'm wondering, over 20? It looks like it's a misdemeanor charge.
No, it's, I have it as greater than 20.
You have a greater than?
Yes, it's.
Okay, you're correct. I'm getting my little arrow confused. So it's possession of cannabis over 20 grams, which is a felony. So I'm staying the bond at $1,000. I'm not asking for the facts of the case. That's to be dealt with down the road. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay. PC, $1,000, PD. Okay. That's all, sir. was going to say, there's no way. I would love it if this was it, but it's not. All right.
I'm sorry,
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Laquita Pitts.
Okay, Ms. Pitts. Let's see. Is this a new charge? Yes. You're here on a new charge, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of MDMA. Let's see.
They told me I was a convicted.
I see probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay. And you also have a driving while habitual traffic offender from the same episode. State, do you see any PC on the HTO? Yeah, I see a ticket.
Yeah, I can't establish that it's HTO. I don't object to the court
I mean, they,
reducing on that or.
okay.
I'm not asking it to be reset.
Are you asking that it be reset?
No.
You're not?
No.
What are you asking then? Okay.
Use your discretion, Your Honor. I agree. I don't see PC for the HTO.
And there may well be, but they haven't written it down here.
Right.
So I'm not finding PC on the HTO driving while license suspended charge. Although they did attach a driving record. Let's see.
I don't have that, but I take the course.
But even that doesn't show HTO. So it just shows unpaid tickets. So I'm not finding PC on that, so R or on that, or I don't really know. But then, so on the possession of firearm by a convicted felon, I'm going to stay the bond at $4,000. Possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, stay it at $150. Possession of ecstasy, stay it at $150. For a total of $4,300. And you're already out on bond for aggravated assault with a firearm. Is that here in Orange County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to revoke your bond on that and set you no bond. I'm appointing the public defender on these new cases. You already had the public defender on the previous case?
I have a lawyer.
You have a lawyer? Okay.
Will she be appointed to this case?
I'm not sure how that works, honestly.
Did you have a private attorney that you paid money to? Okay. You can hire them again if you want to. You're going to have to pay them money. Otherwise, you get the public defender, which is perfectly fine. They're all attorneys. But the lawyer that you hired is the one representing you on the case that you already had open.
Yes.
I'm revoking your bond on that. You're setting no bond, so you're going to need to contact that attorney and see if they want to do anything before the judge where that case is scheduled.
What does that mean for me now? If I have a bond on this case, I still can't get out?
Correct. Until you get a bond on the other case, you can't get out. Okay? All right.
And I will have a chance to call her?
To talk to her attorney? Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Ashley Thomas is restricted medical, Your Honor.
I'll appoint the public defender. Where is she? What about Yuritsa Reyes?
Do you have an inmate number, Your Honor? She's not on our docket.
Okay, Ashley Thomas. What did you say? Restricted. I've appointed the public defender. Grand theft, third degree. All right. Find probable cause. Just the grand theft?
Yes.
Is it an add-on, or she has out-of-county work?
Got to open case in Volusia.
Okay. Set her bond at 500. Is this Mr. Valentine? Okay. Okay. Mr. Valentine, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You were arrested on charges of burglary of an occupied dwelling and criminal mischief. Just a moment. All right. Find probable cause for burglary of a dwelling and criminal mischief. Stay the bond at 5,100. Appoint the public defender. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. This is the last of this group, and then we're going to take a 5-minute break, okay? All right. Are you Roger Lee Walton?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how are you today, sir?
Better, ma'am.
Good, okay. Sir, you were arrested on a charge of possession of a narcotics without a prescription. Let me see. They're saying it's methamphetamine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Is that what you want?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. I do find probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. Does he qualify for PTR or anything? No, okay. I'm going to stay the bond at $1,000. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right. That's all. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
that, but okay. All right. If I'm done with that or not. I'm in this pile. How many piles? It's astounding. Let's see.
Christopher Harrison.
Perfect.
Bonded, Your Honor.
He bonded?
Yes.
Even better. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thing, but good for us. All right. This is all his stuff. So, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name? Mr. Maxey, you, let's see, are already out on bond on possession of methamphetamine, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, and you have a failure to appear for driving while license suspended with knowledge. Saying that you did not appear for your virtual pretrial.
Is that online?
Let's see, it's for 2020 CT 7574. When did you fail to appear? February 23rd? Did you know about that court date?
Online, wasn't it?
I can't hear you.
It was on the internet. It's supposed to be on the internet or something?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know anything about the internet.
Okay.
I'm
All right. I'm going to take no action on your existing bonds. Let's see.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yeah.
Are you reading the facts that they had put in? The open cases? Yeah, he got 2 open cases. Those were error. Those are error on those cases. You don't supposed to have those.
He doesn't have open cases?
No, ma'am.
I read the facts. I don't know what's on here. They're 2000.
Can you show anything on them?
What's holding him in jail right now?
He's just here for the new charge.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to take any action on this, but by me not taking action, is that going to mess him up? Or you're saying these don't exist?
They don't exist.
They don't exist. All right.
So you're saying the two 2020 CF cases that are 14546 and 14547?
Is the time
Okay. Okay. For my purposes today, I'm taking no action on those because I don't know anything about them. As to your failure to appear, might have to. Do we know what division this is in? Fine. It's my division.
Yeah, it's Mr. Carey's case, Your Honor.
My division.
Yeah, we would just ask that you consider conditions of release, and one of the conditions be to contact Mr. Carey.
Sir, this is in my division. You didn't show up for something, but you're saying you didn't know about it. So you're going to leave here with the court date that you're going to know about, okay? I'm going to ROR you, okay? This is a driving while license is suspended or revoked. You've been appointed the public defender's office, or if you haven't, I'm appointing them today, okay? And I'm going to give you a court date on your driving while license suspended of April 19th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I want to do it on the 19th. There are a few dates I know for my schedule, and the 19th is one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it in the morning because we're already jammed up. We've got
Yeah,
like 50
19.
cases.
It's 2020 CT 7574.
Okay.
AO.
April 19th at 1:30 in courtroom 9C. Okay? And that's the downtown courthouse. So now you know when it is. So if you don't show up, you're going to get another warrant. Do you understand? Okay. And a condition of the bond is that you contact the public defender's office. Your attorney's name is Chris Carey. Okay? All right. So if he says he hasn't heard from you, that's going to be another strike against you. So good luck to you, sir. We'll see you in a couple of months or a month or so. Getting right there, aren't we? Say, I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, he's ours.
Actually, weirdly, the case number sounded familiar, which is bizarre. So, or maybe I'm just getting a little punchy because it's 1:30. All right.
Michael Bennett was removed for behavior, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I find probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. And I'm reducing his bond to $250. Decide how to behave. We should have shown up. We could have dealt with this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Diamond.
Diamond. Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
Diamond Brunson?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Okay. Sir, you got arrested for a charge of trespass on a structure at the Taco Bell.
I actually went to Taco Bell to go get something to eat. And I don't know what happened. I went to go get something to eat. And I left Taco Bell. I came back to Taco Bell to go get a coffee to go with my meal. And I wound up getting locked up. I've never really been to the Taco Bell like that ever. I just went to go get something to eat. And I left Taco Bell with the food, but I forgot to get a coffee. I go back to go get a coffee. They're telling me, yeah, they started giving me hell like that and called the cops on me. I just came back to get a coffee and leave so I can go and eat my meal and leave. I never made it from the store. And then I wound up here. It don't make sense to me at all, so I came anyway. It was just a day out of just getting something to eat. I wound up in here.
Well, sir, they're saying that they asked you to leave and you came back, but today we're just letting you know what they charged you with. It's trespass on a structure. Mr. Smith, is there an offer on this case?
Time served, Your Honor.
Sir, if you wanted to resolve this today,
no.
I would adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for time served and reduce your court costs to a civil judgment, or you can, you don't have to resolve it. I could appoint the public defender to help you out. And your bond's at $250.
Now, time served.
You want that? Have you seen a plea form before, sir?
Guilty.
My question is, have you seen a plea form in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know if you have one
I
with
seen
you
a
right
plea
now.
form before.
Okay. He does. Are there any in here?
No, Your Honor.
There are no plea forms in here. Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with trespass of a structure, okay? Do you understand you have a right to take your case to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Are you thinking clearly today?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, and do you understand you can take your case to trial and require the state to prove by admissible evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed this trespass?
Yes,
and that
ma'am.
by entering into a plea, you're waiving that trial right. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal all matters except the legality of the sentence and the court's authority to hear the case. So if it happened in Orange County and I give you a legal sentence, which time served would be a legal sentence,
Right.
then you don't have anything to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass at the Taco Bell?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I can plead guilty to it, but it wasn't really a trespassing thing.
Okay.
It was one of those regular day
Here are
things.
the options. You don't have to resolve the case today, okay? This isn't even an arraignment. This is a first appearance.
Right.
But we're giving you an opportunity to resolve it if you want to.
I plead
You
guilty
can enter
to
plea. You can enter a plea of no contest. That's not admitting that you did this, but not contesting it. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just resolve the case in due time with a not guilty plea, appoint the public defender to represent you? You may take it to trial later. It may get dropped later. You may plea later.
No, ma'am. I just plead guilty to it or something. I was just going to get something to eat from the Taco Bell. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Sir, I suggest under the circumstances that you're saying, that you plead no contest, that you're not contesting it. You're not admitting that you did this, but you're not going to fight it. Is that correct? Does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I don't want to sit in here about that, though, about just going to get something to eat.
Is this the only thing holding you today?
That's the only thing. That's what I was saying. I don't think you would probably hold me in here for getting something to eat. I went there and I got something to eat and I left without any problems.
Okay.
Does he have a history?
I forgot a coffee. I went back to the store. They said, you're trespassing. I said, I wanted to get a coffee to go with my meal. They told me that I was trespassing.
Don't pull your mask down. It's there for a reason.
They called the cops and they locked me up. And then
All
I'm
right.
sitting here. I just went back.
Sir, I'm halfway through a plea. We can finish it, or if the only reason you're pleading is to get out, I mean, I will release you on your own recognizance. You need to promise that you're going to come back to court. But your case won't be done at this point in time. Do you understand? You'll have to come back. Or if you want me to finish with the plea, I'll time serve you. I will order court costs. It's going to be money that you owe, but you won't be on a schedule to pay it.
Right.
So I don't want you pleading just to get out of jail.
Right.
But understand, if I release you on your own recognizance, you're going to have to come back at a future date to deal with this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you want to plea?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to finish the plea so you don't have to come back later?
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it like that.
Okay. Meaning so you entered a plea of no contest,
Right.
and you're allowing me to sentence you. Is that what you want to do?
Right. You mean sentence me to, I was just.
Time served.
Yeah, time served, yes. Yes, ma'am. Because, like I said, I can't really explain that. I just went to go get something to eat. I never really, they said that I trespassed, but it was just something to eat. It was just some food.
Okay.
I left the store and came back to get a coffee. They said you trespassed.
Okay,
I said,
sir, it doesn't sound to me like you really, it sounds to me like you want to contest this, which is fine. Okay? This is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I found probable cause, and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Yes, ma'am.
But that means you're going to have a future court date, all right? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're not done with this case today,
Yes, ma'am.
but we'll see what happens from there, all right?
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
luck to you, sir. It didn't sound like he understood what he was doing. All right. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Jonathan Tony Burgos.
Okay, Mr. Burgos, you have a new charge of, you were arrested for misuse of the 911 emergency services and a charge of resisting an officer without violence.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. State, do you have the supplemental report that they refer to
I do not.
that shows what the misuse of the 911's about?
I don't object to him being RO'd on that charge, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, I find probable cause for the resisting, but I'm going to ROR you on the misuse of the 911. Set bond of the resisting an officer without violence at 500. Do you already have the public defender on an open case, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on this case as well. Well, Alfred Torres, is that a PD or is that a?
It's private.
It's private? Okay, so you have a private attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I mean, he could.
It looks like you qualify for the public defender, though.
He may be on a contract attorney, Your Honor.
Right. He does qualify. So on this new charge, I'm going to appoint the public defender, RORing you on the 911 call, and 500 on the resisting without. Apparently, you were out on bond on an open charge. I'm going to revoke that bond and set a new bond in the amount of $3,000 on that case. So. And that's all. PC for the resisting? Yeah, there's no factual basis provided. There might be, it might be, but it's not, I don't have it. Mhm. All right, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Roland Keon Green.
Okay, Mr. Green, you are charged with trespass on property after warning
Yes, ma'am. I was at the 7-Eleven.
at the 7-Eleven. Okay. Hold on. They're saying that you refused to leave after they told you to leave.
Yeah, he just told me to leave. He didn't want me to buy anything. I thought I was just getting a sandwich.
Okay. State,
Not
is
a
there?
troublemaker.
All right. State, is there an offer on this case?
I'm served, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, if you wanted to resolve this case today, the state's offering you time served.
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
All right.
I was just buying a sandwich.
Okay.
Those guys were jerks.
Those guys, well, maybe you don't want to go back to the 7-Eleven and buy.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
All right. But do you want to resolve this today or not?
What do you mean? What?
They've charged you with trespass on property after warning. Okay, the state is saying an adjudication time served.
Basically, so I'll be getting out of here.
You would be getting out. But I don't want you to plead just because you're getting out, okay? You could get out a different way and come back to court and fight this if that's what you wanted to do. Or you could resolve it today with a no contest plea and get time served.
I'd rather resolve it to get out of here just time, sir.
Okay.
I'm going crazy out of my mind in here in this jail.
Okay.
I don't get in trouble anymore, so
All right.
it was kind of hard.
Stay away from the
being in here for those
7-Eleven?
2, 3, well, what, 48 hours.
All right. Okay. Sir, have you seen a plea form before?
No, I haven't been in jail in a while. I've been staying out of trouble. This just was some
That's
spur of the moment
good.
thing happened.
Well, I'm happy that you haven't been in trouble for a while. Do you remember in the past when it looks like you've got some disorderly conducts and cannabis and trespassing? Do you remember in the past going through a plea form where it explains you have a right to take your case to trial?
Yep.
And you have a right to have the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt
Yeah.
by admissible evidence to a jury that you committed the crime that you're charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, are you entering this plea here today freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Are you thinking clearly today?
Yes.
Okay, good. And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. To the charge of trespass on property after warning, there at the 7-Eleven, how do you wish to plea?
No contest.
Okay, sir, I'll accept your no contest plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, and I do see a sufficient factual basis. I'll adjudicate you guilty,
Okay.
give you credit for the time that you've already served in the Orange County Jail, and order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment, and you're going to stay away from the 7-Eleven,
I will
right?
not go back to that 7-Eleven on the corner.
They don't deserve your business if they're going to treat you like that.
That's right, because the other guys bought food. I was going to buy food, and they said, you can't buy nothing here.
Okay,
That's
well,
your-
apparently you've been trespassed. You know that now, right?
I won't ever go back.
Okay, all right. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided by the court. Good luck to you, sir.
You guys have a blessed day. Thank you.
You too.
You as well, sir. Thank you.
Is it? That was our case, so that was coming Division 80. All right.
My side of the alphabet.
Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name? Sharma McLaughlin. Okay.
Close. There you go.
Yeah, what happened to Gerard Hartman?
Inmate number, Your Honor?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Is it on this? Oh, 2100-5479. Bonded, okay. Okay, back to you, Ms. McLaughlin. All right. How are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. I'm fine.
You're fine? Okay. I'm sorry. You have a hard time hearing me, and I have a hard time hearing you. These masks are tricky. All right, ma'am, you were arrested for a charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. Let's see. At a vacant apartment. Okay. State, is there an offer on this case?
I'm served.
Time served?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, ma'am, they're indicating that you were basically squatting at a vacant apartment. And if you wanted to resolve this case today, the state's offering, do we know if she has any priors?
I've got misdemeanors on her, Your Honor, but no felonies. And most of them were, well, not all of them, but there's several trespass, but I see no
Okay.
felony record on her.
Ma'am, if you wanted to resolve this case today, I would withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served here, and order court costs and nothing further, or I could, I would release you on your own recognizance. I don't want you pleading just to get out of jail. I would release you on your own recognizance if you want to take this case to trial or consult with an attorney or resolve this at a future date. But if you wanted to resolve it today, our offer is a withhold of adjudication, time served, court costs.
Fine, that's good.
That's what you want to do? Resolve it today? Okay. All right. Ma'am, have you seen a plea form previously?
A plea form?
You don't have one right now, but have you seen one in the
I
past?
saw it on the screen. They had something on some kind of video about plea forms.
Okay. On a plea form, it'll explain that you have a right to take your case to trial and have the state prove by admissible evidence beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury that you committed the crime that you're charged with. and that by entering into a plea, you're waiving that trial right and making a deal with the state or with the court. You're also waiving your right to appeal all matters except if I were to give you an illegal sentence, which I'm not doing, and the court's authority to hear the case. If it happened in Orange County, I have authority over it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It also explains that if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you wish to enter a plea on this case and resolve it today, or do you want to be ROR'd and come back a different day?
I guess it will be no contest.
All right. Okay. So are you entering that plea freely and voluntarily?
I think so, yeah.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No.
Okay. Were you on probation at the time of this offense? No?
No.
Okay. And do you understand if you're not a United... I already told you that.
But there's a reason why this happened, and that's why it keeps happening as well.
Okay. I understand there's well, so...
Well, I have no choice. It's either go in or stay outside. I'm not a squatter, right? I was displaced, right?
Okay.
And there's somebody in my place, and they make it impossible for me to do it legally by withholding my income, right, for a year.
Mm-hmm.
They made my son the payee of my Social Security check, right? And he's been unavailable for a year against his will, or I would take my money and go through management and do it the right way, right? So I'm in the middle of something. It's none of my business. They put people in your place. And my choice was stay outside, right, or go back in. Right? I'm not homeless and I'm not a squatter, but I was definitely displaced, right?
All right.
Because of whatever's going on. And if you go inside to save your life, you could be arrested, but they had me sleeping on the ground for 12 years and I'm not homeless.
Your mask keeps coming down, ma'am. All right. Ma'am, I understand the moral argument you're making, but if it's not your property and you're there without their permission.
But there's a reason why. Can the police fix that? Right. And I guess they can't.
Okay. Ma'am, if you'd like, I can appoint the public defender, and then you would have access to the social services that they provide.
No.
And not resolve this today.
What kind of social services?
Well, they can see what services are available to help you out. Maybe they could help you out as far as getting...
They did tell me there was a program where they would be the payee of my check, more reliable than the person who is now. The person who is the payee of my Social Security check has not paid bills in a year.
Right.
That way, he was supposed to pay the rent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be trespassed, but he's being illegally detained with my check, right? So I don't know what the solution is. If I'm leave here and I plead guilty, I have to sleep outside for the rest of my life is the only solution, right? And I'm not a homeless person, right? Because if I go in, I'll be arrested, right? I can't handle it legally, right?
Okay.
They've had me sleeping outside.
Ma'am, if this apartment is not yours, you can't go in there.
It's not
all right?
the apartment.
Ma'am, so, I'm sorry, but we need to determine, are you entering a plea today to resolve this case, or I will release you. I can appoint the public defender, and you can talk to them about these issues and come back another day.
Oh, I'd rather be released, right?
I'm sorry, what?
I would rather be released.
Well, either way, you'd get released. It's just one way you're released and the case is resolved. The other is you're released, you're appointed the public defender, you'll have future court dates.
Well, I really don't know why. I don't plan on trespassing again. I will never go back in again. I guess, I'll stay outside.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do you want to resolve the case today
Yes.
or not? You
Yes,
want to
I'd like
resolve
to
the case today? Okay. So, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass?
No contest.
No contest. Sir, ma'am, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served in the Orange County Jail, order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment, and I'm going to order that you not return to the address where this occurred, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Okay. What? He has more cases? Oh, okay. Alright. All right, good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Jefferson Milord.
Is it Millard?
Milord.
Milord, okay. All right. Sir, you were arrested on a charge of trespass on a structure or conveyance.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see, at the plaza.
I was on my way going home, and they said I was trespassed. I'm like, how was trespassed? I'm finna go home to my girl house. They're like, nah, I'm gonna take you to jail. I'm like, please, sir, can I please?
Okay. And let's see. You're ROR'd on a disorderly conduct right now. I'm going to take no action on the case, the disorderly conduct, and I am going to find probable cause, appoint the public defender, and ROR you on this case as well, sir. So when you get released, I want you to go to the public defender's office, okay? And schedule an appointment so you can talk to them about your case, all right?
Am I going home today? Please?
This is the only thing holding you, and I just released you on your own recognizance. That means you're going to have some future court dates, all right?
Right.
And I've appointed the public defender to represent you, so they're going to help you out.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you were already ROR'd on a previous case. I'm not revoking that ROR, okay? So you should be released today.
Yes, ma'am.
Please stay out of trouble. Don't sleep on the benches in the park, because they do consider that trespassing, okay?
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
good luck to you, sir.
Am I going home today? Yes, right?
You should be, yeah.
Oh, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Andre Solomon.
Okay, Mr. Solomon. Is that you? Okay. Just a second. All right, sir, you have, Okay. You were arrested for a charge of loitering and prowling, as well as a charge of trespass on property after warning at the Winter Garden Regional Shopping Center. Let's see, at 1:20 in the morning. I do find probable cause for both charges. I'm going to stay the bonds in that. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. So the loitering and prowling is $250. Trespass after warning is $500. Okay, and that's all. Okay. All right. Could you tell me your name? Mr. Williams, you're arrested for trespass of a structure or conveyance and disorderly intoxication
Yes, ma'am.
at the Greyhound station.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Okay. State, is there an offer at this time?
Time served, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, if you wanted to resolve this today, I would adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for time served, nothing further, or we can.
Time served.
Time served, all right. Okay. Sir, have you seen a plea form before?
Excuse me?
Do you have prior criminal history? Have you seen a plea form before?
I ain't been arrested like in 7 years.
Okay. When you were arrested 7 years ago, did you enter a plea at some point in time? No? Okay. I wish I had a plea form handy. I'm going to explain the plea form to you, okay? These are the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea. You have a right to have the state prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury by admissible evidence. So it is their burden to prove that you committed the crime that you're charged with. By entering into a plea, you're waiving that trial right and making a deal with the state instead. Do you understand that? You're also waiving your right to appeal all matters except if I were to give you an illegal sentence or the court's authority to hear the case. If it happened in Orange County, I have authority. Do you understand? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation. Do you understand? Okay. And were you on probation at the time of this offense? Okay. Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Okay. And how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass of a structure? And how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly intoxication? Okay. You had a bad night, right? Okay. All right. Sir, I'm going to accept your pleas. I'm going to find that you're entering them freely and voluntarily. And I will adjudicate you guilty of each of these offenses, give you credit for the time that you've served, order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. Do you have any questions at all?
Appreciate it.
Okay. Don't go back to the Greyhound station. They don't want you there. Okay? It's just going to be trouble for you. Sir, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. Okay? All right. Good luck to you. Stay out of trouble. He's here. That.
Your Honor, did Anton Williams just plea, or was he appointed?
I'm sorry, what?
Williams, did he plea, or was he just appointed?
He entered a plea. Time served.
Thank you.
So. All right. Who do we have here?
Ted Adamant.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Tad Ernest Adamant. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have an out-of-county warrant?
Yes, ma'am. All my stuff I did was in Orange County, but my original charge in 2006 was out of Volusia County.
Okay.
I'd like to be settled here now if at all possible.
No, you got to go back before the judge that sentenced you. Is it a violation of probation? I'm trying to find out.
Yes, ma'am. What it is on the box, the monitor box.
Okay.
It keeps going off. So the probation officer, after all this time, finally extended my time to 50 feet, so my box doesn't go off in the house any longer. But the violations that when it was going off, they had to bring up.
Well, you know more about why you're here than I do then. Okay, so you have an out-of-county warrant. Do we appoint the PD on those or no? Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender so they can keep an eye on how long you're sitting here. And that's all we're doing on this case, okay?
I appreciate.
Reporting requirements? Oh, okay.
It doesn't change
Well-
till May 2022.
So you have an out-of-county warrant. They're going to check them. I'm not releasing him, am I? Okay, upon being, well, they'll tell him when they set a bond. Right now, he's no bond. So I'm not,
Just want you to address that.
okay. Okay. So you're not going to be released from the Orange County Jail. You're going to go to the next county. And then when you're released from there, you're going to need to report to FDLE?
What they do is they put a monitor back on
Right,
me
but
in
you-
Volusia County.
Okay. It'll be on your paperwork, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Taishan Cruz? Or who's that? Okay. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Son Cruz.
Oh, okay. You are Tashawn Cruz. Okay. All right. You also have an out-of-county warrant. And is that Osceola?
Yes, ma'am.
Hillsborough County. Okay, you have an out-of-county warrant, Hillsborough County. I'm going to appoint the public defender.
I have a bond too. I have a bond.
Which is probably these cases. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you, sir.
I had turned
So
my.
you have a violation of probation in Hillsborough County because you were on probation, and that's what your warrant is for here. This
Yeah,
is
he
about
gave-
out of county.
He gave me a
And
bond
I'm
for it.
assuming that these two cases are what violated that probation?
Yeah. I
Okay.
had turned my. The judge in Hillsborough County told me I have a warrant. But I turned myself in. They said my bond is 1,000. But they said the only thing that Osceola was holding, because I guess it was an open case still, and that I don't know what they do after that.
Okay. I'm not touching your other bonds. You're out on bond on those.
Right.
Okay. I'm not going to revoke those or anything.
Right.
So you do have a bond on your out-of-county warrant of $1,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you just planning to bond out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm not going to appoint the public defender because you don't
Okay.
have any Orange County cases
Okay.
here.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right? Okay. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We're getting there. All right. Could you tell me your name?
Marissa Suzanne Freeberger.
Okay. Who are these people? And where are they? Joshua Haywood and Brandon Johnson. Hayward. Haywood bonded. Okay. Until Monday. Well, then let's reset them. I know they don't like me to reset things, but let's reset them for Tuesday. Okay. Marissa Suzanne Freeberger.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Ma'am, you were arrested on charges of possession of fentanyl, possession of alprazolam, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay. All right, I do find probable cause. I'm going to stay the bonds. So the two felonies have $1,000 bonds, and the paraphernalia is a $500 bond for a total of $2,500. And I'm appointing the public defender to represent you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Are we really down to one? I gotta sign up. Probably still. Maybe not. Do we have Jasmine Flores?
Medical quarantine?
Yeah.
She's the one in medical? No, we just had somebody else.
He's on restricted.
Oh, okay. All right, Jasmine Flores, DUI, serious bodily injury. I'm appointing the public defender. Oh, it's a VOP? And Judge Bleckman signed off on it. And no bond, nationwide extra. So I'm going to stay the bond, appoint the public defender. And that's it. Hallelujah. Okay. I got stuff to sign, but I think y'all are free, so.
Make sure.
You.
Well, I need, Mike,
I think I'll go off record.